alaikum everyone. Multan Sultans marched to their third consecutive final after giving Lahore an 84-run trouncing at their home ground. To talk about that, I'm Hasan Imran Malik.
I'm Hadi, Saif.
And let's talk about Multan, one of their greatest ever victories. Pehle to they won the toss, opted to bat first, put up 160. Hadi, at the mid stage, did it feel like enough?
It did not because the pitch was not doing enough at the start or bowling भी I think this was just good bowling in the end. कोई as such कोई X factor bowling नहीं हो रही जिसकी वजह से इतने रन रुक रहे थे nor was the pitch bouncy or difficult. लेकिन during the latter part of the game हमने देखा कि there was a lot of swing on hand and I think Bahar Anti might have played a role in that because of the wind speed power because that increased after the second innings. So I think uski wajah se ball swung a lot. It also was bouncing and it was just hard to play for the batsman.
I think one of the key difference makers today was how Multan used the power play. 43 for no loss in their first 5 overs, saw off the new ball, got off to a good start. That's 8.6 runs per over. And they kept their wickets in hand as well. Compare that to Lahore, जो कि at the same stage they were about 30 for 4. तो I think start में काफ़ी difference create किया और लाहौर ने तो बिल्कुल अपने स्टार्ट में कोलैप्स कर लिया. कॉटरेल गॉट अ फ्यू विकेट्स. आई मीन अनबिलीवेबल स्टफ. Lahore were 50 for 8 at one point.
नहीं, absolutely. Let's talk about Anwar Ali जो उनकी bowling थी. That hint of swing that he got to Fakhar Zaman जो उनकी ball ने pack की. And I think it's not कि they played really bad shots Lahore के batsmen. It's कि bowling it's exceptionally जो Sheldon Quantrill ने की. The ball was swinging a lot. The batsman really didn't have a chance to play those classical drives or play those kind of traditional shots.
हाँ, बॉलिंग में बात करें तो कॉटरेल का इनाम सबसे पहले आता है. गॉट अ लॉट ऑफ शेप इन द फर्स्ट ओवर एज वेल. फिर शफीक को आउट किया विद अ ग्रेट इन स्विंगर. देन अनवर अली एज यू सेड गॉट द बॉल टू सीम बैक इन टू फखर जमान. तो पिच ने भी हेल्प की थी बट एट द एंड इट वॉज फेयरली ऑर्डिनरी बैटिंग एंड perhaps good bowling from Multan as well. To counter that, Lahore ने क्या किया? They brought in Shaheen Afridi at number 5. मुझे तो मज़ा आ गया भाई. And I want to hear your thoughts about it because personally I think it's a good decision. Because Shaheen एक low value wicket है. वो out भी हो जाए कोई फ़र्क नहीं पड़ता. उन्होंने शाहीन को भेजा कि आप जाओ एक दो बॉलों पे बस छक्के मारने की कोशिश करो. अगर लग गए गुड, मुल्तान पे प्रेशर आएगा. नहीं लगते डजंट मैटर. यू weren't gonna score many runs anyways. So I think it was a fair gamble. Didn't paid off against Peshawar. Didn't pay off today.
And absolutely. और उसमें क्या कहते हैं हम बात करें शाहीन की sent himself in because he I think trusts himself to kind of steady the ship after those 4 wickets and I think it's fair enough for a tail-ender to come and bat in such a position जिसमें टीम अभी collapse कर रही है तो even if you don't score that many runs आप stability दो थोड़ी सी तो it's good for that.
सही. तो उसके बाद the lowest score in PSL history so far is 59 and at 50 for 8 it was a very realistic possibility. वो तो record टूटेगा but Lahore managed to pass that. Really unbelievable stuff. A collapse of 76 and they're still not in the final. They're not in the clear because they have another game to play. If they have a similar collapse तो फिर उनकी सारी लीग स्टेज में मेहनत तो ज़ाया हो जाएगी.
सारी ज़ाया हो जाएगी और उसके बाद इट्स अनफॉर्चुनेट टू सी कि एक टीम जो डोमिनेट कर रही थी ग्रुप स्टेज में जो हारती नहीं थी ग्रुप स्टेज में जस्ट सीइंग द डेप्थ दे हैव इन देयर बॉलिंग या बैटिंग में इट वाज नॉट थिंकेबल कि टीम ऐसे कोलैप्स करेगी. हम कहते हैं कि चलो सिकंदर रजा खड़ा हो जाए या राशिद खड़ा हो जाए कि फिर डेविड वीसा खड़ा हो जाए. तो दीज आर प्लेयर्स हु आर मैच विनर्स जो अकेले ही कर लेते हैं 160 लेकिन आज बिल्कुल भी कुछ नहीं हुआ. सारे फेल डाउन वन बाय वन एंड दे जस्ट couldn't steady the ship at all.
पिच ने भी थोड़ी सी हेल्प की. वी सीन द कजाफी स्टेडियम पिच इन द प्रीवियस फ्यू मैचेस एज वेल कि वो बॉलर्स को रिलेटिवली हेल्प करती है स्पेशली कंपेयर टू द अदर 3 ग्राउंड्स ऑन शो. लेकिन आज तो कुछ ज़्यादा ही था स्पेशली इन द सेकेंड इनिंग्स. फॉर दोज हु आंट इन लाहौर आज एक आंधी भी आई हुई थी अराउंड 10 or 11 o'clock and that also perhaps the wind factor helped. There was a tailwind when the bowlers were bowling, would have helped out the pace of the Multan bowlers as well, especially Hasanullah जो कि regularly 150 plus clock कर रहे थे. ज़रा मुल्तान की बैटिंग की बात करते हैं हादी. तो 160 for 5 स्पेशली डेथ पे उनने काफ़ी रन्स बनाए थे पॉलार्ड ने टिम डेविड ने. तो हाउ डू यू फील दे यूटिलाइज देयर रिसोर्सेज?
I think they were slow in the power play. Like, they were smart enough to see Shaheen off with the new ball. Did not lose any wickets. They did not go for those leg-sided shots. Like, to be fair, Shaheen ki ball bhi sunni ki as such power play ke andar. They also saw Zaman pretty well on a decent strike rate pe khelte rahe at a run rate of 8 runs per over, which is respectable. उसके बाद they tried to accelerate, लेकिन they really didn't get going until the last 5 overs जिसमें उन्होंने कोई किया I think 60-70 runs किए थे with the likes of Tim David and Pollard guiding them to that 160 total. We must talk about Shaheen Afridi. आज he was not in sync at all. शुरू के ओवरों में he went to look for some swing, लेकिन ball थी नहीं उधर, and then he was getting pummeled all across the ground.
अच्छा, शाहीन की आपने बात की तो आई थिंक द मेन थिंग वाज दैट फाइनल ओवर when Pollard hit him for 3 sixes in a single over. Pollard has not been informed this PSL, but when he saw Shaheen 3 sixes in over, the third six probably shouldn't have happened because Shaheen would have gotten Pollard out if not for an extremely ordinary catch drop. उससे पहले 5 balls पहले एक और catch drop हुआ था. Very ordinary feeling from Lahore, and really this is, I mean, a top of the table side. They're the defending champions. You don't expect this level of fielding from them. Second innings में जब हुसैन तलत run out हुए, that was not a run out. थोड़ी सी और effort होते, dive लगाते, थोड़ा एक और foot और भागते, that was not a run out. At a professional level आप वहाँ पे dive मारो, वो run out हो ही नहीं सकता. I think Lahore simply didn't have the X factor today. उनके पास वो जान, वो जज्बा ही नहीं था which we associate with them.
नहीं, हमने पिछले मैचेस में भी देखा था ये with the match against Karachi. They just looked lost at some point. They were not up to the chase. They were not attacking the ball from ball one. हम देखते हैं फखर tries to slash that ball even from ball one. उसका फायदा ये होता है कि या फिर वो आउट हो जाते हैं पहली बॉल पे या फिर वो runs बनाना शुरू करते हैं and they don't kind of let the striker pile on them. And today it was the exact opposite. उन्होंने पहले 2 over, I think we 9 doubles बनाए in the last two, in the 2-3 overs in the power play. और उसके बाद they just got into this pressure और जब ball swing करनी शुरू हुई they just couldn't get away.
Acha, I want to talk about our man of the match today, Kyron Pollard, who played basically 2 innings today. First, he was 27 of 25 balls. Played out the middle overs. उन्हें पता था वो राशिद खान को अटैक नहीं कर सकते थे. उन्होंने कहा fine, played him out. Death में he went for the kill, attacked everyone, got to that 57 of just 34 balls. What an acceleration. Same for Tim David, save for Rosso. उन्होंने middle overs में बिल्कुल भी attack नहीं किया. Got only 51 runs in 9 overs in the middle. That's less than a run a ball. But they played out Rashid, played out Visa, didn't lose too many wickets, and that's why they were able to hit out at the death. Only Haris Rauf could stop them at the end.
And we were very lucky that Haris bowled that spectacular over which caught I think 2-3 wickets. अगर तो ना करते we could have been looking at a total of 175 or 180 even at this point. और वो पता नहीं कैसे chase करता लाहौर. लेकिन I think Lahore needs to look at the death bowling. Apart from Haris Rauf, everybody else kind of collapsed in the death. Shaheen Shah Afridi, उससे Yorkers hit नहीं हो रहे थे. He was bowling in that slot and getting pummeled all across the ground. So I think Lahore needs to kind of wake up and just kind of go with that temperament and go with that active mindset which we are not seeing in the past couple of matches.
Right then, let's end this with a look towards the future. So, Hadi, from you, I want a prediction for tomorrow's game. But before that, I have a bold prediction to give as well. And I think Lahore Qalandars will not be playing this year's PSL final. I think they've lost 2 matches on the bounce now. They've lost 3 of their last 4 games. इस collapse के बाद I'm having my doubts. What do you think about tomorrow's match?
Yeah, I think they're too good of a side to not reach the final. Even if they don't play as well, I think they'll be able to beat the likes of even Peshawar or Islamabad क्योंकि उन teams में इतनी depth नहीं है when we're talking about those teams. So I think even if Shaheen चल जाए या even Fakhr चल जाए या even Sam Billings, even if one player in the team stands up, I think they'll win any match easily. So I think Lahore will reach the final one way or the other. I don't think that they'll reach it comfortably by any means. But I think that it will be a Peshawar versus Lahore Qalandars semi-final. And I think it will be a close match, but I think Lahore will win.
Right, and to end, what about tomorrow's match? Islamabad, Peshawar, number 3 and number 4. Who is one player to watch out for?
Well, Babar Azam.
Okay, that's a pretty short answer, but I think that'll suffice. I'll go with Fahim Ashraf. He's been contributing at the tail end. Ball में भी अच्छा कर रहे हैं. So I think that's a wrap then.
That's a wrap then.
Alright guys, thanks for tuning in. We'll be here. We've still got 3 more matches to go in the PSL. But for now, from the Cricketing Hour, Allah Hafiz.